Hey guys, what's up? Is your friendly neighbor UberGoose here, back again with another Enter the Gungeon video. I'm going to play as the convict. We are currently in the process, actually, you know what? Here, let me do something real quick. Currently in the process of playing Advanced Gungeons and Dragons, trying to find a lot of stuff. This video is being recorded after my, well, somewhat short stream on, on the day that this came out, Thursday. Yeah, tables. So, the reason I'm here and doing the intro, doing the tutorial, is that there are now 20 hegemony credits to get here. I've also noticed that the amount of hegemony credits you get per run is somewhere around 20 to, like, high 20s, low 30s. Probably with, like, a little bit of variance to it, which is really, really helpful for me to catch up on credits. And the reason I want to come back here is, like I said, there are 20 hegemony credits to pick up here. The first time that you complete the tutorial, as soon as this update comes out, or is out, or you get the idea. Once you beat it, you get 20 hegemony credits. Now, it's also worth noting that I believe we're going to see a synergy in the tutorial, which is cool. I think that that's really smart. And hopefully it'll be like an actual synergy that we'll see, and it'll be cool. Wait. Ooh, look at that! I'm so cool. Ooh, look at that! I'm so cool. Wait. Oh no, it totally breaks. It just doesn't have visual damage. I'm a liar? It doesn't break. Dodge roll! I found tables you forgot to swap out. They're the old ones. They're the old tables. They don't quite work, dodge roll. They don't break. So, I think one of the coolest things about this whole update, I think most people would agree with it too, is that there are so many goddamn synergies. I've spent, like, not even 20 minutes on the Enter the Gungeon subreddit, and I've looked at a handful of synergy threads, and every single one that I've looked at, I'm like, this is awesome. This is the coolest shit. And so I would also like to briefly comment on a few synergies that I found during my stream. One that I found really cool was the ability to get the... Yeah, so there we go. So that makes P-Shooter larger. Oh, and then having... Okay, so that's P-Cannon. And then the second one is the Old Knight Helmet and the Old Knight Shield to give us this orbital, which is called Tutorialized. Cool. So now this is... Oh yeah, lower fire rate, presumably much higher damage. That's awesome. The fact that it teaches you... Oh, and it explodes. Straight explosion damage. That's awesome. I really like that it teaches you about synergies right away in the tutorial. That's so cool. It's like actually probably the smartest thing they could have done. Like, possibly. I'm actually... That's fucking awesome. So there was a synergy where I used the... The balloon gun. Whatever the fuck that thing is called. There's the credits. Ooh, yeah. The balloon gun, which might literally be called balloon gun. And Mega Hand gives us the air gun from Mega Man, which is awesome. I love that sort of stuff. I'm gonna buy Vorpal bullets. So my understanding of Vorpal gun, which I never understood before, is that, well, I think I commented on this actually a few episodes ago. Well, in the first series. And the way it works is that it has a chance to crit every time you shoot. And I believe Vorpal bullets is the same concept. Probably a much lower likelihood than Vorpal gun, because it works with any gun, and presumably it could work with... Whoa! Alright, it could presumably work with, like, something that's, you know, absurd. And apparently with shotguns it is absurd. But yeah, I like the fact that all of the, or at least all the big ones, the Mega Man and Metroid guns are actually, like, present in the game now. In their respective charged weapon. Via synergies. I think that's really, really cool. And to swap, in case you don't know how that works, once you actually get one of those synergies, in order to swap, all you have to do is hit the reload button when it's on full ammo. And if you do that, then you get your fancy schmancy shit. Boop. I was in a bad spot there. So I'm loving this update so far. I think that the amount of love that went into this update, the amount of work that went into this update, and the fact that they release it for completely free blows my fucking mind. I don't even understand how dodge roll has roofs over their head, but I goddamn love them. And I'm so hopeful that they do what they intended to do and release a bunch of paid DLC so I can give them money, because I really want to give them money. And I know a lot of people share a similar sentiment to that. So I'm very excited for the prospect of them releasing paid DLC in the future. Although they did say, I believe they said that they haven't even like thought about what it would be yet. They just kind of have, you know, a want to do that. And that once they got Advanced Gungeons and Dragons out, they would begin to think about that sort of thing, and potentially go to that sort of, you know, for that sort of thing, paid DLC. And the reason that they wanted to do ag&d first is because post supply drop, post ag&d, post all that, both free updates, this is where they wanted the game to be at release of the original game. And I'm not gonna lie to you, goddamn were they ambitious. they were absurdly ambitious to expect the game to get to this kind of spot by initial release. Good God. And obviously they weren't able to do it, so I think that may have been a little too ambitious, but the good news is it's there now, so fucking who cares? Now we got the game. Now we got the full game. The full game. The spot that they wanted it to be at release. Crazy. I gotta say, it's sick. I also, on stream, I learned a little bit of information about the new boss. Well, one of the new bosses. There supposedly may be more. But the rat that we know for a fact is a boss, that we've known for a while as a boss, in this update. I now have a pretty strong theory of how to do it. First of all, there's this thing called the nod key, which in my last video you saw me have no idea what to do with. As it turns out, the minus number when you mouse over it, I think it always shows up in like either chamber 2 or 3 shop. That's where it showed up for me every time so far, so one of those two. I don't remember which one, or it could have been both. But the minus number is basically just the money that you currently have, and it just takes that away from the 1,000 cost. I don't know if you'll have to buy a more. I assume it works similar to the Prime Primer. And then there is a little like thing on one of those floors as well that yeah, all right. Ooh, cock a battle, let's go. Let's fucking go. That's actually so good. And then this will be a gun, which I kind of want. Yeah, okay. Mac 10. That's actually a great gun to pick up right away. I'll use Mac 10 with Cog of Battle, and maybe huck some Molotovs if it's not Bullet King. Sweet. I've been getting like the same bosses all day. Like I'm incapable of getting different bosses. I've gotten High Priest and Amoconda for every single, I guess chamber 3 and 2 if you want to do it in the order that I said it. Every single one of those today, which is really fucking annoying because those are easily the worst bosses on each of their respective floors, and I hate them a lot. But I've been getting a lot of the same bosses today. It's probably just, you know, confirmation bias, as it tends to be. Ooh, this is a new thing. So I think this is actually a spacebar item, yeah. So what do you fucking do? So I believe I unlocked this by Daruma, by getting got by a wall master, like a literal wall master out of Zelda, and it reset the floor. So only usable for a brief period of time after successfully dodging bullets. Used to counter with a blank. Oh! That seems really good! That seems sick! So it's basically, it's like Elder Blank, except I don't know how the charge is going to work, or if there even is like a charge. But it's like Elder Blank, but like situational, right? You can only use it when you dodge bullets. That's fascinating. Damn it. I guess I probably should have checked this room, huh? Damn it. Could be somewhere around here. I'll do a little bit of checking. I won't be like the most thorough ever. Oh yeah, didn't I don't think I finished my thought. So yeah, there's a room that can show up on, I don't think it can possibly show up on the very first floor, but I've seen it pop up. Oh no, this is the. I've seen it pop up in a couple spots, I think, but there's rats in it. And in that room, I think if you leave the rats alive when you finish the room, then a trap door shows up and it requires a key to open. And if you open the trap door with the key, then you can go down to basically like the staircase, right? The Super Mario 64 staircase that leads you to Bowser, but it's a minecart that leads you presumably to the resourceful rat. I'm not certain yet. This is still speculation. No spoilers, don't worry. Well, except for the trapdoor part. And that's what I know, right? And my assumption is once you unlock the Nod key, it can show up. Oh, it's right here. It can, or I guess, I don't know, would it be like it can show up, or this is actually a nightmare. Never mind, this is not actually bad at all. It's an interesting room, though, for sure. But yeah, I would presume that once you actually have purchased the key, you can maybe talk to the shopkeep and be like, hey, can I get that key? Or something like that, like you do with the bullet to kill the past. And then if you do that, then probably the infinite minecart ride, instead of being infinite, and also you don't have to BLJ up it, or past it, it'll just lead you to the rat, probably. It's my assumption. So what is... That's so fucking cool. Okay, but it has a recharge. Oh, it's not a long recharge at all. Sick. That's really cool. Ugh. Yeah, all right, we got him. So yeah, again, worth noting that it is totally worthless to leave a key on the ground, so never do it. Not anymore, at least. Used to be the hot, like, first piece of advice if you're having trouble on these runs was to not pick up keys. Boop, boop. Holy shit, how did I not take damage? Am I incredible? I actually had never even considered just rolling through that dude's flail. I never even considered that an option. Ooh, found a secret room. Let's go. Some ammunition, I like it. There's a heart we can toss for later, and there's the fucking rat's note. So, this keeps showing up. I don't know, I heard mayhaps that once you're done with the notes, like there's a number of notes that you need to get, and once that's done, it like never shows up ever again. Like maybe 5 or so? I don't think it's 5 though, considering that I believe that was the 6th. But maybe not. Maybe that was actually the 5th. I'm not certain. Yeah, so here, I've brought it down to 860, and we can spend our 51 here to bring it down even further, down to, I guess 809 would be the number. Whoops. God damn it. Yep, that guy can use some ammunition. What the fuck? I'm so bad at active reloading. What the? Okay, I clicked that one at the right time. I'm upset. Nailed it. Alright. What do you got? It's a blue chest. Oh yeah, I also learned about a new mimic type. I think there's 2 new mimic types. I haven't discovered one of them yet, so I won't talk about it, but on stream I discovered that there can be pedestal mimics. Like, after the boss fight. And apparently Mimic Tooth Necklace may or may not make every pedestal a mimic. Which is a pretty good nerf to it, to be fair. Because it was pretty strong. Like, as long as your build could, like, mostly deal with mimics, the fact that you didn't need a key for the rest of the run, basically, was kind of absurd. And especially due to the fact that now there can't even be shops behind key doors, or at least that's supposed to be the case. There might be a bug that actually, wow, that actually, like, allows them to still be behind key doors. Hard to say, but I definitely have heard some stories. And by that I mean I've seen a screenshot. What was I trying to say? Oh, yeah. So especially because there's even less use for keys now, theoretically. Due to the fact that shops can't even be behind key doors. Basically, the only key door things will be, like, you know, bonus things. Generally bonus things, I guess. Basically anything that's not a shop can still be behind the key door. But with Mimic Tooth Necklace basically removing the necessity for keys, like, at all, it makes sense that it would need a nerf. And I think it's a pretty reasonable one. All things considered. I'm finding it so hard to actively reload this fucking weapon. So that stick of dynamite enemy is pretty sweet. I actually really like the design. Green. Yeah, I'll pop this open. Ooh, chest anatomy. That's pretty decent. Oh, that's actually... Oh, that's the boss room. Duh. Duh. So this will be a gun in a blue chest. You know what? I'm actually not gonna go for it right now. Maybe later. We did it. We got the gore gun. I missed the active. Excuse you! What? Alright, don't talk to me ever in my life. Never speak to me. Ever. Period. I have never in my life been hit by that. How is today the first time that that happened? What? I'm obscenely upset. It wasn't even like a hard thing to dodge. I feel like I got cheated. But that's just my pride. That's literally nothing more than my pride. I know that that was fucking normal. I just took it on the chin because I'm bad. But my pride is telling me that it wasn't me. Like Shaggy. That's a Shaggy song, right? It wasn't me. Oh, fuck it, no. God damn it. No, wait, I found it, right? Yeah, it was there. Never mind. What am I doing searching for secret rooms and shit? Am I dumb? Yeah. Yeah. Alright. No synergies quite yet. That's okay. I am tempted by this key. I don't actually want the armor. I would prefer to make a little bit more progress on the nod key. Which almost sounds like naughty. I also, on my stream, saved, what's his name? I think it was Tonic the Sled Dog. I know. And... I know. I'm aware of the name, alright? And he activates turbo mode if you want. It seems like just completely optional. Oh my god. Yeah, it just seems like 100% optional. Definitely not something that, you know, you need to do necessarily. I'll probably try it out at some point. I'm not super interested in turbo mode. My understanding of turbo mode is that it's basically just like everything is faster. And like, while that sounds cool, I like the speed it currently is. I'm pretty down with the current rate of the game. Oh, that's so good. Can't get this angle. Dude, I can't get the angle. There is an angle there. There we go. Christ. Yeah, I've never really like been super into this gun at all. Never really considered it very good. And I'm using it here and I'm constantly reminded why I always thought that. It's got some like, it's a little bit of usability issues. Maybe there's a synergy that makes it actually like usable. Pitchfork op. I would love the op. Still haven't picked it up. So I can do that while in a roll animation. So that actually makes that like a really good oh shit button for situations that I'm constantly finding myself in. Because I'm really bad. Where I'm like rolling through a thing and I'm like, uh-oh, I'm gonna be hit by the bullet on the other side of this bullet that I'm rolling through. So thankfully you can actually use it in the roll animation, which is unusual for a spacebar item. I believe literally no other spacebar items have been usable during roll yet up until this point. They might all be usable in roll now. I actually haven't done any testing. This is the first one I'm even noticing. But whatever the case may be, the fact that you can actually use it during a roll is great. Makes it super good. Got some money, honey. Okay. Whoops. But it is worth noting that you literally have to dodge roll. Yeah. So there, I was going to be hit by a bullet if I finished that roll without spacebarring. So, but yeah, you literally have to roll directly over a bullet to enable this. But even in that case, like, very occasionally will it make your dodge rolls more awkward if you're trying to, like, enable it. But at the same time, I mean, if your goal is to enable it, I don't know, it doesn't really matter. If your dodge rolls are awkward, like you're blanking. That's the worst thing that happens. You dodge roll and you're about to hit a bullet and then you blank anyway, and then you don't get hit by the bullet. I don't know. Or maybe you fuck up the input and actually get hit. That seems like the way that I would be hit with this. Cool. Save that for later. Is there a dude on a cart over there? I'll never know. Doesn't look like it. Keep fucking up my active reload, dude. It's so hard. I hate active reload because it creates... I mean, I like that it creates the mini game, right? I like that a lot, but simultaneously, I'm really bad at it, so I don't like it. And it like baits me into bad plays because I'm trying so hard. Yeah, I mean, I may as well pick it up and just be like, hey, look, it's a napalm strike. It sucks a little bit. I mean, napalm strike itself is passable, but in this situation, I'm definitely not getting rid of my Lord and Savior, Blank Boy. It's weird that it I don't know, it has the same sort of art as bullet upgrades, things that affect your bullets, which is why I thought it was that. Hey, there we go, we finally completed that hunt. I'm thankful for that. I think none of your current hunts modified the numbers that they were on, but all future hunts will be less required kills. So I think that we were as soon as we're done with that, which now we are, now all of our hunts will be quite a bit faster, which I'm very thankful for, because those hunts take a while. A while. That was close. Cool. Yeah, the Mac 10 definitely needs that for sure. Okay, here's our other box. Also green. This one's a gun. Sure. Charm bow is it's a gun. It's a gun. So I mean, it's a gun. So I'm gonna use it a bit. use up some of the ammo. Okay, so this is the rat room. I spotted some rats right away. It doesn't seem like they want to do anything to harm you, but they do get killed by enemies as well as yourself. So they die pretty easily and pretty frequently, I would anticipate. Fuck me. Each other. Fuck each other up, please. There always is a point. I see that. Don't worry, I see that rat. That rat's not going down, dude. There we go. So now I believe what'll happen is that this rat, because he's alive and the room is over, he should run to a relatively central location. There he is. And now, do I have to leave the room? Or, I'm not sure. Let's do a little quick test-a-roni here. I'll just leave the room and then probably come back at some point. Unless maybe it doesn't have to do with the rats living. I honestly don't know. But it definitely is the rat room. Is where the trapdoor shows up. I'm just not entirely certain how. Alright, let's go back to that room just to double check. See if the trapdoor is there now. Yada yada yada. Normally it would be marked on the map, but it ain't. Hello, rat. Oh. You can walk onto them. Well, it's not there. So I'm now trying to figure out what is wrong. what is wrong about my perception, to be very clear about that. Probably figure it out by the time this video goes up. So don't worry, you don't have to tell me. Ooh, sling. I love it. I mean, yeah, that's great. Absolute perfect pickup here. Oh yeah, now you can actually maintain charge into a boss room, which I'm very, very thankful for. Dude, I can't. This might be actually the hardest Kaga battle in history. Oh, I'm so glad I didn't miss that. Okay. Dude, it recharges maybe too fast, actually. I know it's just him. Oh, fuck me. That was tough. I don't know how I could have gotten away from that one, to be honest. I mean, playing better. But that was a really tough shot. It was like perfectly led that I would walk clean into it. No mimic, thank God. Okay. Yeah, I'll put the ammo in this. Litchi trigger finger. God, I can never say it. Litchi trigger finger is great. Did I find the secret room already? I don't think so, right? Did I? Let's check this time. Alright, no. Does not look like I have. Does not appear to be here. I don't remember if I checked all these walls. I think so. It's not there. May as well blank the shop while we're at it. Okay. Could be here. Maybe. This is a weird room. It's also possible that we've already made cracks on it and I just never noticed in one of the previous rooms. Seems to happen a lot for me. Like this room, maybe it was probably the most likely. It's got a lot of potential offshoots. Okay. This might actually take too long for me to give a shit. Let's just speed it up. And not actually be 1,000% certain that it's not in this room. I've always wondered why, like, that's the default Lisp to go to, is S's turn into TH. When I've actually, like, I've known people with Lisps, I've heard people with Lisps, and the most common that I've personally heard has always been the, right, like I sound like this instead of this, right? Like, they're very different. I don't know where the fuck this secret room at. Whatever. Let's just rando blank. I tried. Yeah, good enough. Oh yeah, and then there's the other speech impediment that Jonathan Wass has. Which is such a unique one. I've actually, like, that's the Lisp that, like, it fucking fascinates me. And the reason it fascinates me is because the reason that Jonathan Wass has that Lisp, sorry, I'll stop making fun of it, is it's the way that you learn how to say your R's. Like, however you learn how to say the R sound, the R, there's, like, two very distinct different ways to make that sound with your mouth shape. And depending on which one you learn, you might have that speech impediment basically, like, just by default. And the thing is, nobody tells you how to make that R noise, you know? But it has to do with where you're forming the R noise. Holy shit. You motherfucker. None of them are being charmed. There we go. Yo, fuck each other up. Yeah, let's go, dude. Alright, you won't... No, you still totally do. Yeah, you don't give a shit. But yeah, it depends on whether or not you're forming the R in, like... It's a difference of by the teeth or, like, with the tongue. Does that make sense? I mean, both are included, both are, you know, part of making R, right? Like, your tongue curls back into the top of your mouth, and then your teeth, you bare your teeth. It's like they're both involved, but it's like a difference of, like, I don't know, I don't actually remember the exact specifics of it. Should look into it. But it definitely has to do with that, right? That's the determining factor, is whether or not, or the way that you're actually forming your R sounds. Okay. That's so weird. What are those? Why are some, like, weirdly outlined? I don't quite get it. What the fuck? Die! Yeah, I don't get why some of those are, like, outlined. It's weird. This is the first time I'm seeing that, as far as I know. Ugh, how is there more? Boop. Fuck. A lot of misses. Lots of misses. Don't like missing. Nice. Okay. We got gun game. I'm super down for that. Let's go, dude. Which one is this? This one's weird. Actually, I'm gonna try and get my items first, all my gear, before I give it a shot. Because there's a few items that we could potentially pick up that actually trivialize gun game. So, if we can pick up one of those, I would like that. And make it way easier. Should also probably check how much it costs to do. Why is Harper's 98? That's so expensive. Probably gonna have to spend a key to go through there. We do have 2 more keys. Unfortunately, we have 2 boxes still to unlock. And I don't think there was a key in the shop. I'll have to double check, but I didn't see it at first glance. Let's double check. Key? There is a key. Okay, cool. 38. Ooh, probably can't do gun game with that. All right, let's pop this open first. We got big iron. Not the biggest fan of that one. It means our other one is an item. That seems probably way more important than gun game. Wait, this is a shop. I'm confused. Oh, this isn't the boss. I'm dumb. Oh god, it's the bot. Honestly, that's like one thing that they might want to look into. It's a mini boss, but it's the same visual as a boss. And for some reason, I thought it would be the thing. So I've fought this guy a few times. I like him. I think he's cool. I think this boss is sweet. This boss is really, really cool. I haven't had a significant trouble with him yet. But his patterns are very unique, and that's what I like. Well, that's the first hit I've actually taken. And this is like the 6th time I've... No, it couldn't be. It literally couldn't be the 6th. But I've fought him a bunch. Okay, there's the secret room. Okay. That's where we're spending our key. I'll tell you that right now. Use the Crestfaller for a bit. I'm not a huge fan of this gun, but it does reasonable damage, and the freeze effect is also quite nice. But yeah, that's the first hit that I've actually suffered from that mini-boss, which... I don't know, it feels pretty rough to actually get hit by him after spending so long just not being hit by him. But, I misjudged distance, that's all it was. Honestly... Simple mistake, literally anybody could make it. Sometimes you just fuck that up. You roll a certain distance, anticipate it to be something, you know, some specific distance. It'll end you at, you know, some clearly defined point in your mind, and then you end up going just that little tiny little step further. You're still making sound despite not actually shooting. Can you even freeze the skeleton? It seems like no. I don't know if I've ever even, like, tried to freeze him. This is maybe the first time I've ever used a gun that even can freeze the skeleton against a skeleton. Alright, we'll just slap it in this guy. It's fine. So that's the ammo box that gives a little bit to everything, I think. Actually, are there 3? Hang on. So that one was red. There's obviously the green, the classic. Is there also, like, a blue, maybe? I'm starting to think that there might actually be 2 of the newer ammo boxes. But now, God, I don't even know. Yeah, pop this open. Not a mimic? Not a mimic. Yeah, nah. Not a fan of bullet time. Maybe if there were a synergy. I guess I probably should have picked it up just to check if there were a synergy. There very well could have been a synergy that I just now will never know. So I didn't fucking pick up bullet time. Honestly, I hope bullet time doesn't have any synergies because I want to stay as far away from that item as physically possible. Pretty much at all times. Not a mimic. Hey, it's Vorpal bullets. Alright, we got some armor, we got some stuff. Did I already buy this key? I did not, but now I can totally buy this key, and I should have enough money for this. There's no way it costs more than 43. So let's go do that. I don't know if that'll actually, like, if Vorpal bullets will affect this. Let me, how do Vorpal bullets... Let's see if I can actually trigger it. Because with the Vorpal gun... When you triggered it, there didn't even need to be enemies. Ooh, 38, it was actually close. There didn't even need to be enemies on screen. Okay, how do I want to do this? I think I want to shoot it, like, on this vertical. So this is gonna look weird until, you know, you actually see how it works out. And then you're gonna be like, ah, I understand. There we go. And then this one we can shoot like so-ish. Easy. And then this guy we can shoot through the gap. Oh, it actually worked. Okay, thank God. I was so certain that I was fucked there. Okay. How could... Oh. Maybe this is harder than anticipated. Because that won't make it. Yeah, that can't make it. So we gotta aim... Oh god, I gotta break it. Hang on. I have cards for this exact purpose. Hang on, I'm putting cards, aiming them to make a 90-degree angle on my screen. Alright, that won't make it. Hang on. That was too steep, I think. So maybe here. And like this and like that. No. Also, it's not 90-degree angles. What am I even thinking about, you dummy? Okay. That is close. I actually think the steeper is maybe better. Hang on. I know you guys are thrilled at this, but I promise you, it'll all be worth it. Yeah, so it's not 90-degree angles, duh. It's angle reflection. I don't know where the fuck to shoot. Like, how do I get it through this fucking gap? What if I just shot it here? It'd be bounce, 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 and it would break. It wouldn't quite make it far enough. It'd be a little short. I'm stupid. There's a fucking angle up here. Good God. How upset are you guys with me right now? Like, I don't even... Ooh. Okay, what are you again? This is the strafe gun. Okay, is that vorpal bullets or is that strafe gun? Let me actually look at strafe gun. Because I just bought this. Fires explosive nails. Yeah, it's strafe gun. That detonate when the trigger is released or after a brief period of time. Interesting. I don't know what to think about it. Is it playing music? No, that's just the Gungeon music. Weird. So we have this extra key. We have 2 blue chests, potentially. Let's open this one first. Or, you know, only this one, I guess. Potentially what's going on. Ooh, the mustache. I mustache you a question. I guess this might actually be the fastest way to get back up here. I always forget what the mustache does. What does it do? Every single time. Chance the only money is spent. Right. Understood. Right. Okay. Strafe gun seems sick. So that's vorpal gun. Or vorpal bullets. That big flash that probably caused an epileptic fit. Hope it didn't. Alright, I'm gonna use big iron to try and maximize my vorpal... Oh, Jesus Christ, it's Alzheimer's. My vorpal bullet effectiveness. So the trick is that the more bullets you're firing, each has a chance to be a vorpal bullet, which does that stuff, so... Stay behind this fucking thing. Just... Pillar camp, dude! Be the restoration druid that we are. Okay, this phase. No, you fucking rat piece of shit! God damn it! Fuck off! Oh my god, I'm so upset, dude! Holy shit, I can't ever perfect this fight no matter what I do! I literally was setting it up to use my spacebar item. You heard me tap it. The fucking glass guanstone actually blocked the bullet. The glass guanstone blocked the bullet that I was attempting to roll through to enable my spacebar item to not take damage. Fuck, dude. Oh, we already found the secret room. God damn it. God damn it. God fucking damn it. Oh, come on, dude. What good, like, I mean, it's me, right? Why would I expect anything else from me? Great. It's me, dude. Of course it fucking blocked it. I'm pissed. I'm one, because I literally haven't had a non-high priest boss today. That's not true. I've had Wallmonger like twice, but I'm mostly pissed because of that shit. Because I fucking was rolling through a thing intentionally to trigger my fucking blank, you know, to try and I don't know, not get fucking bodied by the high priest because he's a piece of garbage and I hate him a lot. And then the goddamn bullet got destroyed. Therefore, there's the Wallmaster. Can I kill him? What's the dealio with him? Can't kill him. So he's just in the room. Oh, okay. So once you clear everything else, he goes away. Cool. The sickest bullet. Dude, I'm fucking angry. No. You're not gonna. Yeah, that's right, bitch. You fucking piece of shit. Piece of shit ass bitch, motherfucker. Please die. Oh god, please clap. God. So apparently shotguns have the highest likelihood to trigger vorpal bullets, which makes sense. They shoot the most bullets. I don't know if that makes this shotgun actually like pretty good, or what. Fucking fuck, man. Fucking ass fuck, though. God, I'm still upset. Sorry. I'm sorry, okay? I'm still mad. That's the most me thing that there could have been, honestly. Oh, I rolled. But it doesn't matter, because it didn't work. Oh, for fuck's sake. Fucking pieces of shit. I will say, I don't like the full white screen flash, and I wish they could reduce it, because as somebody who doesn't actually have any sort of motion sickness or any sort of history of epileptic fits or anything like that, even to me, it's fucking awful. So I can't even imagine what it could be like for other people. I wonder if they added an option, because if not, they really should. It doesn't look like they have an option. No. Really wish there was an option, at the very least, to turn it down. Like, I'm sure there's better ways to display that other than a white flash that covers the entire screen fully. I mean, I'm cool with, like, the pausing, right? Like, I'm cool with the dramatic effect, the pausing, and I would honestly be fine with the white flash if it weren't so fucking bright and covered the whole screen. Because, like, a blank, for example, it's a flash that doesn't cover the full screen, right? It's like this extending circle, basically, right? It's been so long since I've like deliberately, yeah. It's like an expanding circle that ends up covering the whole screen. And that's actually like totally fine. Key is good. I do like that. I'm gonna use strafe gun for a bit. There's actually now incentive to kind of swap around on which gun you're currently using. Like relatively often because of these fucking things. Yeah, it's pretty good. What needs ammo? Probably this most. Because I think it's not actually half to everything. I think it's like half to your current one, and then slightly less to all the other guns, maybe? I'm not sure. I definitely had a time where I had a Hyperlight Blaster, and I picked up 2 of those ammo crates, and Hyperlight Blaster still wasn't full ammo. So I'm not entirely certain what it does, but like I had gained ammo, but it wasn't full. I would love rocket-powered bullets because I love to woogity woogity woogity. Actually, still 2. Yeah. So there's still one more chest to find. So I would rather make sure that I'm not passing up on like you know, a red or black chest in order to get a green. I'm probably opening the green, but depending on luck, it may be correct to open the other one. I mean, aside from the clear, very obvious, very simple mistakes that I've made on this run's going well, you know? And like, that sounds like a completely empty statement, but like, I think it's a pretty reasonable statement to make, right? Like, I don't know, I killed the Lich with pretty decent regularity, so I feel like basic mistakes are not what you'd expect. Oh, the explosion completely stuffed his arm, that's great. It's like, yeah, it's not something that you'd expect to just kind of like take damage randomly, you know? Although I do seem to do it a lot, so maybe that's perfectly in my wheelhouse. I'm pretty good at taking completely random damage that makes no sense. I'll fucking literally perfect the Lich one run, and then the next one I'll just get hit on trigger twins. I'm liking this gun. It's a sweet gun. Another key. Alright, cool. So we can now almost certainly open both. I mean, barring some incredibly bizarre circumstance, like a key door leading us to this other one or something. No key door. No incredibly bizarre circumstance. Thank God. This is a sweet gun. I don't know if it's like very good, but it's pretty good. Alright, blue box. Flip. We got Sir Junkin. I'm cool with that. What am I doing? I'm cool with that, despite the fact that we have no other junk. So he's just level 1. But I like him, he's cute. And Demon Head. I got no synergies on this run, did I? Like actual 0? That's pretty shocking. So we can't woogity 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 unless we kill the dragon and he drops a certain amount of mananas. So let's give it a shot. I think we should be pretty good against the dragon, given our current set of equipment. I might take a hit or 2, or 3, or 4. I would prefer not to. Definitely would hope for not 6. Because that would mean, well, I'd be dead, so. Nailed it. Nailed it. Nailed it! Alright, this is the dragon item, right? This is exactly what you need to deal with dragon's bullshit. This is the precise item. There's only a few attacks that I really have a hard time dealing with on the dragon. And this item improves my chances on those attacks substantially. Phased him. Alright. Oh, we can even use it on this phase? That should be pretty cool. Yeah, it's still just a blank, as you can tell. So it still doesn't full clear the screen on this phase specifically, but... Ooh, finally got a crit. Should be one more phase, right? Hope so. That was way too close. Why would I go for that roll, dude? Oh, thank God. Perfected the dragon. Thank God I got something perfected. Hopefully we make enough money to get rocket power bullets. We need 104. Let's go. That's awesome. I don't know if this will actually affect any of our guns with a synergy. Does not. That's okay. I was mostly just buying it because it's good. Secret room. It could be over there. I'll give it a quick little peek. I haven't found it, right? Nope. Not to my recollection. But boy howdy is my recollection bad. I have a flawed brainium. Alright, so blip. Cool. Peace. I'd give us like I don't know, a decent shot of beating the Lich on this run. It's not incredible, for sure. With absolutely zero synergies, not a substantial health pool to start with, it's not 100%. Sorry for this, sorry. They haven't fixed this bug, you see? Worth noting. God, it's loud. Worth noting, these are my volume settings, and I think what's happening is it, for some reason, is in this room specifically ignoring this music volume and setting it up to half, which I believe is the default. Sorry about it. Sorry. I should probably tell the devs about it. I don't know if they actually know about it. My bad. Sorry. There we go. All right, we're good. Woogity, 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 woo. Hey, remember that part where Otto says woogity, 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 woo? I don't either. Where was that from? What just happened? What came over me? Dude, real talk though, Rocket Power? Probably one of my favorite shows ever as a child. There were a lot of good shows when I was a kid. And I'm not just saying that as, you know, oh, it's nostalgia talking. No, like, like some objectively good-ass fucking shows, dude. We had SpongeBob, which, to be fair, is still running. This is actually quite good. SpongeBob is still on the air, so I think, right? Isn't that true? Not certain, actually, at this point. Either way, we had SpongeBob. We had Fairly Odd Parents. We had Danny Phantom for a little bit. We had Rocket Power. We had... what else were some good-ass shows that I watched? It's hard to remember them all because there's so many. Oh yeah, obviously Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, I mean, anime like crazy. We had fucking Toonami, just generally. That was sick, dude. Dude, I remembered, I think I've told this story a number of times on stream. I don't remember if I've ever told it on a YouTube video. But there's a very distinct moment in Yu Yu Hakusho that I saw on Toonami as a kid, and it made my dad, like, legitimately kind of upset. Because he was, like, in the other room or something like that. I don't remember the full story. I just remember that he was in the vicinity, he saw it, and he was like, "You're not watching this anymore." It was during the Dark Tournament arc, and I'll do my best not to spoil shit. But there's a character in the Dark Tournament arc on Team Toguro that has some magical fingers. And there's a part where he makes a dude's arm blow off, and then the guy's like, whatever, I still have another arm, right? And then he wants to keep fighting, and his other arm gets blown off, and then he's like, please stop, right? And then his head gets blown off. And when I say blown off, I mean literally exploded. That is literally what occurred. His arms got exploded off of his body, and then his head finally. And then he died. Even though he, like, forfeit the match or whatever, and that's kind of... I mean, to be fair, it was the Dark Tournament. I mean, he didn't expect to live, did he? But yeah, my dad saw that and was like, you're not watching this anymore. And then I still did. And what do you know? Yu Yu Hakusho is my favorite show of all time. Let's do Strafe Gun for a little bit. We got our little Spoiler boy. Spoilers, Master Frodo. Which is still not an actual line. That does remind me, though. Couple things. Ooh, beautiful. Couple things. One, apparently there's a Lord of the Rings TV series that's, like, confirmed. I think it's Amazon has it. I'm actually kind of excited for that. I want more new Lord of the Rings. Like, I hated The Hobbit. I thought The Hobbit was trash. But I don't care, because I still want more Lord of the Rings. So, even though The Hobbit was trash, I'm hoping that the Amazon series is not. And even if it is, let's go. Even if it is trash, I don't really care. I'll probably still like it. My main hope... Oh, fuck, we're out of ammo. My main hope with the Amazon series is that it's just, like, not about the actual story of Lord of the Rings, right? Like, I hope it's about Middle-earth stuff rather than Lord of the Rings stuff, right? And you might say, aren't those the same thing? Absolutely not. That's the thing that impresses me so much. One of the things that impresses me so much about Lord of the Rings in general. J.R.R. Tolkien spent his entire fucking life world building, making Middle-earth. There are so many stories to tell in Middle-earth, it's ridiculous. Like, one of the key pieces of storytelling, of world building, that Tolkien utilized, that, like, it seems like most people don't really do anything with nowadays, which is sad, is the idea of creating stories for characters and places that literally are never seen, right? Because if just creating those stories, even if you just write them down and, like, nobody ever pays attention to them, like, even if you just write them down and then, like, never actually sell that in a book or anything like that, the knowledge that you gain from, like, creating that is valuable. Because you're making sure that you yourself understand the world that you've created enough so that you can create these interesting stories. And beyond that, I mean, there's, like, in Middle-earth, there's, like, all these places that have names, like, they're named after characters that are tangentially known of or something like that. And the reason that it's named that, you know, you might just not have any fucking idea. Tolkien knows, though. He has an idea. Because he probably wrote a story about how that person heroically saved, you know, somebody from, like, a fucking orc attack or, you know, something like that. Whoops. Bad move. Like, that's the sort of world building that went into Middle-earth, right? It's just shit like that. Shit that basically nobody even fucking knows about. It just affects the story tangentially to you. Which is actually, like, surprisingly important. Alright, well, I mean, it's lunchtime. There's no hearts on the ground anywhere, so I could probably clear a couple more rooms and hope. Or I could just fight the Lich. Excuse you? I don't even understand how that hit me. So yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is, like, I really hope that the Amazon series is about Middle-earth rather than trying to re-fucking tell the story of Frodo and Sam, right? Or trying to retell the story of The Hobbit, or anything that's already been adapted. Get that shit out. I don't want to see it. I want to see some fancy new shit, even though it's, you know, old shit. I'm a little disappointed in this one. We didn't actually get a single synergy, I don't think, which is pretty rare. I have to imagine the runs where you get 0 synergies are very rare, related or relative to the ones where you get, you know, multiple. Ooh. Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you, this spacebar item is redonkulous. It might be a little too strong. It might actually be, like, a lot too strong, actually. Let me double check what it's called, hang on. What is it called? It was like Darumi? Daruma. There you go. Hey, it's Darumi. Oh, fuck off. I hate this attack. This is probably the attack that hits me most often on Phase 3. And it's so funny because it's, like, not supposed to be an attack that actually, like, pretty much ever hits you. I'm also just getting hit like crazy here for no fucking reason. The good news is we got him down. We didn't die. Yeah, dance on him, Junkin. Dance on him, bud. Dance on him. Dance on him, Junkin. That's right. You earned that, Sir Junkin. It's like the one time I get Sir Junkin, and I just have 0 junk, and it's too late to really get more. Classic. Absolute fucking classic, dude. Still a fun run. Despite the fact that there were no synergies, we had, what, like 1 new item, too? No, 2. Daruma and Vorpal bullets, right? I think those are both totally new. Anything else new? Don't think so. I think the rest of it is pretty classic stuff. I guess technically the note. Doesn't really count though, does it? Alright, how much do we got? We got 20 now. Let me see. Oh, we're gonna have more, right? Because we're turning in a hunt. Shambling round. Okay. 20 of them. You got it. I can do that. Cannot buy that. Are you out of stuff? You're totally out. That's good. You're totally out. That's awesome. So now we just have Doug and the super expensive things. And then still have to do challenge mode 30 times. And still have to... no, I guess that's it, pretty much. Yeah, just buy the rest of these items, which should be... Well, it's 330 from the other shopkeep, and if this is the last thing from Doug, which I think I'm gonna look up actually, bum bullets. If this is the last thing from Doug, then we basically just need 331 more hegemony credits, and then I guess right, we have hang on, Dungeon Wiki. We have the shortcuts still, not quite done with those. Doug. Where's Doug? Doug. Where's Doug? There's Doug. There he is. Doug. So we have all those guns, and we have all those bullets. Okay, so bum bullets must be completely new to this, because yeah, it's not on. Yeah, it's actually just not here. Bum bullets is just totally not here. We have Morningstar, we have Strafe Gun, Hyperlight Blaster, Vorpal Gun, Dueling Laser, Star Pew, KC, Devolver. And then bullets, we have silver bullets, stout bullets, roll bomb, charming rounds, helix bullets, teleporter prototype, flak bullets, magic bullets, and then bum bullets is not even on here. Interesting. All right, well, still, like I said, fun run. Hopefully next one will be similar. Hopefully we actually get some synergies in the next one. I'm very excited to see all the synergies available in this game. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all the good shit, and I'll see you guys back in the next one.